not even trying to hide it. "That car starts at $600,000, ma'am," he said slowly, as if explaining something to a child. "Maybe you'd be more interested in our pre-owned section." He pointed vaguely toward the side door. Maria blinked, confused for a second. "I see," she said softly, "but I'd still like to learn about this one, if that's okay." The man raised his eyebrows and looked over at two other salesmen who were watching from the coffee counter. One of them chuckled and shook his head. Another whispered something, and they both laughed. Maria could feel it. That silent mockery, that invisible wall made of judgment. The first salesman sighed. "Look, it's just that this is a very high-performance car. It's not the kind of thing you test drive casually. Most of our customers have appointments." His tone was colder now. "You probably want to check out the economy dealerships down the street. They'll have something in your range." Maria felt her cheeks heat up. She didn't like conflict. She never had. She wasn't angry, not yet, but she was embarrassed. It wasn't just the words, it was the way he looked at her. Like she was invisible. Like she was wasting his time. She stood straight and gave a small smile. "Thank you," she said simply, and began walking toward the exit. As she passed them, coffee counter, the two other salesmen looked up again. One of them said loudly, "Lost? Or just window shopping for dreams?" and laughed. Maria didn't stop walking. Her eyes were clear, and her steps steady, but inside her chest something burned. Outside, the city noise wrapped around her like a blanket. She stood near the road for a few moments, took out her phone, and called a cab. She didn't cry. She wasn't that kind of person. But she felt small. Not because she believed them. Oh no, not at all. But because they had treated her like she was less. Just because she didn't dress like their usual customers. The cab came, and she climbed in. As the car drove away from the dealership, she looked out the window in silence. Her husband's face floated in her mind, kind eyes, always listening, always gentle. He had never cared about brands or labels. He had built a company from nothing, starting in a tiny garage, working late nights while she made him tea. Now he was one of the richest men in the city, but they still ate dinner at home, laughed about small things, and walked together without bodyguards. She hadn't wanted to use his name. She never liked saying, "Do you know who I am?" That wasn't her way. She had walked into the dealership as herself, a wife, a woman with a heart, a customer, and they had dismissed her because they couldn't see past her simple sweater. The cab reached her building and the guard opened the gate. The elevator took her up to the 38th floor, and as she entered the apartment, the quiet luxury felt strange today. Her home was beautiful, but today it didn't make her feel better. She placed her purse on the counter, removed her shoes, and sat on the sofa,